All right, half a day, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Government House. I said half a day. All right, of course, our official theme song here today, Olivia Dean, Man I Need. What a wonderful way to start off a wonderful morning. We've got a lot to be grateful for. We're all in each other's presence as we look toward the future. And of course, a future that is robust, a future that is beneficial, a future that is whole for our people, all starts with our people. Today, we will be celebrating the graduation of the first cohort of the Guam Green Growth Guam Restoration of Watersheds Conservation Corps. You want to talk about grassroots, you want to talk about roots level, this is where it all begins. We have had an amazing time with this first cohort out there in the dirt, in the hills, doing what they can with their hands and their brains to help alongside the amazing GROW team here at the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant, along with the Department of Agriculture and the Forestry Division. Thank you guys so much for coming. They've had a chance to work with all of these people, all with the hopes of developing workforce skills that can help them to continue to address some of these environmental concerns that we have here on the island. Because like I said, all the benefits for our people start with our people, and these are our people. Let's get a round of applause one more time for our graduates here today. Now, as we begin today's event, it's been a really crazy past few weeks of discussion, right? In terms of environment and conserving our resources and preserving our culture. A lot has been said in regards to seabed mining, along with circular economy. There's just so much going on, but I think we can all agree that the tides are kind of changing, right? The winds are shifting. Our people, they're empowered. They're empowered to move these very important issues forward. And I, for one, am super, super happy to see it. My name is Kyle Mandapat, by the way. I am the Associate Director for Communications and for Community Engagement here with the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant. We're going to begin today's festivities as we continue to honor our people and our spirit and our culture. I'd like to ask for everybody to please rise and join us in the Inifresi. Here to lead the Inifresi, our very own Ms. Carissa Espinosa.
Inifresi, Gininimas takilo gihina soku, imas takilum gi corazonhu, zanimas figu nanina sinyahu, hu ofrecen maisezu, parabai protehi, zahu defendi, I hanengi, I cultura, I lenguaje, I airi, I hanam zanitano tamoru. Ni iran shoku deretsu genazuis tata. Esti hua fitma gihilui biblia zani bambarahu I bandarang guahan. Biba!
And now if you'll join us for the Fanogi tomorrow. Fanogi tamoru purita nota contamatu nonya gitoru ilugar para I honra para I gloria abiba isla semparar para I honra, para I gloria, abiba isla semparar. Utodu I tempo I pas para hita, zangini langit na bendición. Contrai peligro na fansa fuham, Deus protegis languam. Contra peligro na fansa fuham, Deus protegis languam. And now if we can welcome Mr. Joseph Certeza, he'll lead us in our official bendition for today's event.
Megamala Tora Hamzu. Welcome all the ancestors of this land present today. Welcome all of our guests who come to this land with their ancestors. We welcome all of you into this place. We're very blessed to acknowledge these individuals, and with doing so, I recite this chant, Manet Nahe. Manet Nahe Gwini Pagu Natatuna Sia Saina Izahululu Nui Gafinatinos Nyasiha Nu Ilina Lota Nui Zahita Nu Imanyainata Nui Patasia Nui Gwina Hata Zan Hokuku Kazunia Nagwa Hadzihe Dai Gwenau Mohod Sanmasi Tora Hamzu.
Yes, please clap. And please be seated. Now we're so excited to start this presentation because, like I said, this is the first group that we've had the chance to work through this program with. All of them, of course, coming through unscathed for the most part, but I'm sure we'll hear more stories about that later. All right, Joachim's hair looked exactly like that in the beginning. We didn't do that to him. That's his style, and we love it, okay? So we're going to talk more about that. But before we do, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our island leadership who made it a point to be here today, and we're so grateful to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, of course, Senator Sabina Perez. Thank you so much, ma'am. She's my neighbor. We see each other walking every now and then. She's the only one I'll wipe my forehead for. Otherwise, I just keep my head down. Also here with us today, no stranger. She holds the record for the most bibas at a G3 event. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Senator Tina Rose Munya Barnes is here. And of course, also here from the 38th Guam Legislature, someone who saw the work that was going in and said, you know what? These guys need to be acknowledged, and she's seen the work. She's here to present, along with her colleagues, a legislative certificate for you all. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Sabrina Matanani is here. Representing our University of Guam family, of course, we have the director of the University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant, Dr. Austin Shelton, joins us. And the Chief of Staff for the University of Guam President's Office, Mr. Mark Minjola. Thank you so much, sir. Let's start at the beginning and welcome the man. Ladies and gentlemen, the guider of this ship. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Austin Shelton.
Hafa day, everybody. Thank you all for coming out to join us today for this very special occasion. Our first graduating cohort of the G3 Guam Restoration of Watersheds, or GROW, Conservation Corps. Let's give them a round of applause. So this GROW initiative, Guam Restoration of Watersheds, is a really special initiative to me. We're doing a whole bunch of different things at our UOG Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant. But I always come back to what we're doing at GROW, because that's really how I started in getting passionate about the sustainability of our island and our region. So I actually grew up close to the beach in Assen, and I saw that the coral reefs were dying behind my home. And I couldn't, well, more importantly to me, because I love fishing, I couldn't catch as much fish as I used to, and the corals were just less vibrant. The fish were smaller, and back then as a kid I didn't know what was going on, but I knew I wanted to become a marine biologist to help figure that out and see if I can do something to help. And I later learned that it had to do something with the watershed. Everything that's on land has an effect on the ocean downstream. And I think our graduates have learned firsthand through their GROW experience that everything is connected. We all live in a watershed, which is this area between the divides of a mountain where all the rainwater, the condensation, the dew, everything collects into this one container, and it runs from the land through the rivers and the tributaries down into the ocean. And anything that you put in that watershed, it could be litter or something, even dead animals, something is going to make its way down to the ocean where it will have an effect on our corals and our fisheries. And this is one thing to be a concept that you learn in school or that you see on the news and hear about, but these graduates here today actually got to be in there firsthand every day for 6 months to experience what that means. Along with our GROW team, which we have a growing staff back there. I'm saying grow quite a lot, but why don't you raise your hands, GROW team? Yeah. So this is something that I'm really thankful that's had a lot of partnerships grow over time. When I was first starting to do work in watershed restoration after getting that degree and learning that you have to go do things like plant trees and slow that soil from bleeding into the ocean. So that's that biggest contributor, right? If we have things like arson fires set by deer poachers, making it easier for them to catch deer when they set those fires, the trees burn down, the grass burns down, and all the nutrients wash away, and we have badlands that are starting to bleed into the ocean. And that's really bad because it smothers and kills coral reefs, which have tiny plants that live in them that give the coral animal its food to eat. And we all know that plants need photosynthesis to survive, and so when you block out that sun or smother them, that's the big cause of all of that damage. But that was maybe, almost 15 years ago now that I first went out, and my partner out there on some field days was Chief Christine when she was still working at the Guam Coastal Management Program. And she's still one of our most important partners today. Senator Sabina came out on watershed adventures. Back then, we'd call them Humatic watershed adventures, where we would start at the top of the watershed and work our way down so we can bring as many students and community members through the watershed to understand how these processes work. And now we have that big GROW team that's out there in the dry season planting seedlings, germinating seeds to make sure that we have enough seedlings during rainy season when that starts up in July and August again to go out and outplant thousands and thousands of trees each year. And so we're really excited about that. They also have other innovations today that are going on. We've got ideas about biochar and agroforestry and using drone technology to reach harder places to hike to. So there's a lot of things going on, and so we're really hopeful about all of this training that we have being implemented through this program and through what Chief Christine is doing at the Forestry Division at the Department of Agriculture, that hopefully within our lifetimes we're going to see our island reforested. And that's what's going to lead to our future sustainability and prosperity in our island. We can't just keep treating our island like it's huge and it won't ever go away, because the truth is that a lot of it is washing away into the ocean. We're losing land, we're losing these resources, and when we did outreach with hunters, a lot of times I used to hear people say, "Hey, we're shooting ourselves in the foot here," because they didn't even realize that was the effect that they were having on the land. So now that you've gone through your 6-month program, I hope that you really feel that you've planted your roots deep. Yeah, that's the important thing here, because now that you've had to grow, which we know growing is not always easy. It takes hard work and some discomfort, and I know you were out there in the hot sun every day. you have your roots established, you have this knowledge base, this hands-on experience. But what's also really important that I was sharing last month with all of our UOG CIS and Sea Grant alumni is that forests are really connected through the roots. It talks to each other. It knows what's going on uphill or downhill. And so now that you have your roots, you have access to our team, not just to our team, but to all of our very important partners, the different nonprofits, in addition to like Guahan Sustainable Culture. I see them back here, and I know that you've been working with many of these partners. So we hope that you will continue on in a green economy job or get further training, work on our team one day. But wherever you go, even if you're going to go back to an accounting job or human resources or construction, you have this base of knowledge that most people in the island don't get to experience firsthand. And so take that with you wherever you go, and keep on growing our island for a better future, a better tomorrow. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you very much for being here. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to say thank you very much to our senators who have funded us for the past several years for our Guam Green Growth Initiative. Just wanted to share that this is one of the examples where we are able to leverage and get a huge return on investment. The Guam legislature gives us a certain amount of funding for the G3 flagship Conservation Corps program, where we graduate 12 every year. But this was an example where we had a partner in Hawaii that's liked what we do, and they said, well, we want you to apply for this grant and create another conservation corps, but you need to focus on planting trees. So that was perfect that it aligned with our GROW initiative. Oh, one more shout out. Thank you to Phil Cruz, our program leader, for writing that grant. But anyway, with our workforce development programs like this, we're able to leverage nearly 34 times the local investment. And we, with your continued support, we're only going to continue to grow that, just like our trees. Okay, thank you, everybody. Seduas mas.
Thank you very much, sir. Are you okay? You're even clapping quiet. This is the quietest Lily has ever been. Earlier I said, why are you so quiet? I said, oh, your mom's here. We've gotten the chance to work very closely with this amazing cohort, and you're going to hear stories just like that as we continue with this morning's presentation. Right now, someone who's never short on stories or support, we'd like to welcome up for our official Bibaing here today, ladies and gentlemen, Senator Tina Muñoz Barnes.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. Manana Sidzo, so many of God's blessings to each and every one of us here. I just want to say to Dr. Austin and your team, to my colleagues who are here, you know, I was asking Kyle earlier, is this the sixth cohort? And he said, sixth cohort for this year, but first for the watershed restoration. And I said, even awesome. I said, I don't think I've missed one. And ladies and gentlemen, that just goes to show that the commitment from your legislature and the 38th Guam legislature continues to support programs like this is because it's leaders like you who will continue to sustain, promote, and advocate for our beautiful island of Guam. Please continue that work. Save this beautiful island. There's so many things happening, and with the leadership that you guys bring to the table and share, we hope that you can take that leadership and spread it out to more students to get into these programs so that we can continue to protect what we've been so blessed with. So on behalf of the 38th Guam Legislature, I know my colleague has certificates to present, but I want to thank all of you in this room today because all of you here have been able to work with the Guam Green Growth Program, but more importantly, to keep it alive and sustainable for future generations to come. It is through your leadership that Guam will sustain its beauty and its love for what that we've been blessed with. Sainamasi.
Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Office of the President at the University of Guam, I'd like to welcome up our Chief of Staff, Mr. Mark Mendiola.
All right, young folks, don't get old, okay? Because you have to reserve your ups and downs when the knees are hurting. I was always wondering why, when Kyle, the lieutenant governor, and I get together, they always ask us for a photo op. I think it's because the hair. We all go to the same barber. Nevertheless, I want to thank the Governor of Guam for opening up the People's House to have this celebration. Also, of course, our senators that are here with us, Sidus Masi, and of course, Dr. Austin and his team. You know, I look at this as one of my mentors mentioned to me. It's like a relay race. It's not, you know, you got to pass that baton on to the next generation. So we as leaders here, we are stewards of this time. What your time's going to come, where you're going to be in a position to make decisions, and you're going to make decisions based on your experiences. And to plant that amount of trees to really save the environment, to really just send a message to our community and our island how important it is to protect what we have is a great accomplishment. So I just want to share that the University of Guam, we stand ready to create more programs and opportunities for our students here, not just here in Guam, but regionally. I want to share that Dr. Austin and I have been working together also at the University of Guam residence halls, where we are also starting to build a core of leaders so that when they go home, they will practice the same things that you guys are learning. So the university is really poised to take a lot of the leadership when it comes to protecting our own and having these thoughtful conversations. So from the team, from top to bottom, Undunkulan Institute Masi, we look forward for the next generation, you as leaders, to come in and say, yes, I have an experience, I know what it takes to make our island a better place. We always talk about tourism, how important it is, but when we get people to go and see how beautiful our island is because we protect our resources, that's when we can share to the world that Guam does care about what we have. So, Undunkulan Institute Masi, on behalf of the President of the University of Guam, our leadership team, and of course, all those leaders who stand behind this great program. Sidus Masi.
Wow, that was awesome. Make some noise one more time for Chief Mark. Wow. This guy was pretending earlier. He was like, I don't know what to say. Very good. Thank you, sir. I'm feeling very inspired. And speaking of which, again, I mentioned it earlier, we have got a special presentation to you on behalf of the 38th Guam Legislature, and I'm inspired by this young lady as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Sabrina Salas Matanani.
Hafa day, everybody. And congratulations to the University of Guam, the Guam Green Growth, and members of the G3 Grow Corps on this important and inspiring program. First, to the 6 individuals, the inaugural cohort, congratulations. You were chosen not just for your interest, but for your willingness to serve Guam in a very tangible and lasting way. The work you are about to do will quite literally shape the future of our island's environment, our water resources, and our green workforce. I'm especially excited about this program because I've had the opportunity to see this work firsthand. I've walked the watershed areas where these trees and plants take root. I've toured the Ugum water treatment plant, and seeing that system up close reinforces just how critical watershed restoration is to the health, safety, and sustainability of our island. I've also had the chance to tour the University of Guam, where the seedlings are grown, and to witness the innovation happening right here at home, including the drone that UOG has acquired to help disperse seedlings in the hard-to-reach areas. That moment really stayed with me because it showed how tradition, science, and technology can work together to protect our natural resources. Programs like the G3 Grow Corps are about more than planting trees. They are about building skills, creating opportunity, and investing in people while protecting something as essential as our water supply.
The focus on the Ugam watershed is especially meaningful because when we protect our watersheds, we protect our families, our villages, and future generations. I want to commend the leadership of University of Guam Center for Island Sustainability and Sea Grant, the Guam Restoration of Watersheds Initiative, and all of the partners who made this possible, including the Guam Department of Agriculture, Forestry Division, and community forestry partners. This is what collaboration done right looks like. To the members of the G3 Grow Corps, take pride in this moment. The trees you plant and care for will outlive all of us. They will stand as a legacy of your commitment to Guam, to our environment, our water, and our future. Congratulations again, and I look forward to seeing the impact of your work take root and grow for decades to come.
All right, here it comes, the moment we've been waiting for. If I could ask our dignitaries to please join us up front. There you go. It's time to present the certificates, ladies and gentlemen, to our first cohort of the Guam Green Growth, Guam Restoration of Watersheds Initiative Grow Corps. Make some noise, ladies and gents. Here to introduce us to our graduating members, someone who's no stranger to the game himself, a Conservation Corps alumni and the program lead for this group. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the beautiful islands of the CNMI, make some noise for Mr. Tomas Benavente.
Afare everyone, thank you so much for coming, and honestly, big shout out again to the Grow team. You guys have been awesome mentors to crafting these individuals to be bigger than just workers, but professionals in the field that we hope to deliver into the green economy. And we'll first start with the man straight out of Barrigada, Jonathan Laguana. This man is our true safety professional. He's been active in everything, so if you know someone that can use a good hand and is always being able to keep an eye out, make sure to recruit Jonathan Laguana. All right, up next, straight out of the north, we got Joakim Kalata. So Joakim has actually never stepped foot into the green economy until this profession, but he did not show that at all. He has been super dedicated to the job and the profession. You know, he's been willing to take on anything that will happen to him, and has been willing to use anything to his advantage, and we're very grateful to have this spirit. And if you ever need to visit him again, check out Stacks. Up next, we have his fellow Northsider, also from Dededo, Caleb Gambala. This man left Denver and came over to here to make a difference, and he has shown that he is ready for the next step. And honestly, Caleb is always the first man on the spot, ready to work, and we're very grateful to have him as well. No matter what we give to him, he's always ready to take the initiative, and we look forward to his next steps. Last but never the least, we have from Odutalan Pagu, Liana Joe Salas. As the youngest of the crew, Lee always had to endure my tough love and honestly just trying to craft her into being a professional and entering this space. She just came straight out of high school to join us, and we're very inspired that she was willing to change any other bad habits into becoming a true professional now today. She can have her habits outside, but today she's okay. And as we mentioned, we have 6 members of this cohort, so I would be remiss if I didn't mention the 2 that are not able to show up today. Jesse Jameson Nicholas is currently going through workforce training for the United States Postal Service, so if you see him around your village, make sure you say hi to your favorite postman. And then our loving mother, Jovi Root, is also on Family Matters today, so we hope her the best, and we look forward to her next steps too. Thank you everyone for coming, and we really appreciate it.
All right, if we can get a group shot now with our dignitaries and the team. Guys, let's get a group shot. Moss, come back, get in the group shot. There you go. All right, well, there you go. The certificates have been given. The work has been done. I just want to say we are so proud of you guys. It's so nuts to see how far you've come and how far you're going to go. We can't even see that, right? Because it's so far. I'm so glad to say that everybody in this group, and I know I keep picking on you, Lily, but I'm telling you, this girl is so crazy. And everything Tomas said about everybody, even, Caleb is looking like he's ready for anything right now. He's standing by like he always is. Johnny Boy's back there, making sure he's surveying the land too in case anything needs to be done. And of course, Joach. This man's tenacious, okay? But I want to say, like I said, we're very proud of you. And as Dr. Shelton mentioned, this is your crew now, okay? So no matter where you go, no matter what you do, whatever those next steps look like, this is your crew. We got you, and we're happy and we're ready to support you heading into whatever it is that you're gonna tackle and conquer next, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the official graduates of the first cohort of the Guam Green Growth Grow Core. I want to welcome up now for our official final picture before we get to our blessing and our lunch. I want to welcome up the Grow Core who are here, and I want to welcome up the Grow team. Let's get our Grow team up here, please. Come on up. Danny Boy, Joshy, come on over. This is the team, ladies and gentlemen. Imparting the wisdom, working with our core, making sure that work gets done for our people. We are so proud of you guys. So glad the leadership and the wisdom that you're imparting. This is our team, guys, that are out there at the watershed every day. Make some noise for the Grow team, please. Let's get a picture here. Of course, Mr. Josh Munya. We've got Lala over there. We've got Dr. Laura, Big Danny, he's the big one. We've got our sissy T over here, and of course, Mr. Chris Ortesa. This is the Grow family, ladies and gentlemen. Check them out. Oh, Tomas. Thank you, sir. Biba grow. I said Biba grow. Biba grow. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the first part of our ceremony is done. We're going to welcome you now to join us for lunch and further discussion, of course, with our crew. If you'd like to, they'll be walking around and enjoying your presence as well. I'd like to ask you all to please rise for the special blessing of our table here today.